we crush them. That's irrelevant, yo, we crush them. And they squad. Let me tell you right now that it's all about God. You can walk around the streets like you living it hard, but a real teacher know when you scar. I refuse to be bought, I refuse to snooze, I refuse to come up short, I refuse to lose, I refuse to be caught in the court, I refuse being taught, I refuse evil thoughts, cause they hold shit swag, track swag, you're whack, your pack swag. In fact, I jack slap that, cap at that, now retract that crap, wherever I'm in or at, you better go back and sip that crack, bring your gat, I'm loving that, like football you'll be running back, blazing them, merely dazing them, barely playing them out, these are God's lyrics, I'm just saying them out, we crush them, and they click. Let me tell you right now what you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get free and intelligent, not a platinum plaque, that's irrelevant. We crush them, and they crew. Let me tell you right now what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be buttoned up right to your neck. If you a woman, you'll get respect. Let me tell you, we crush them, and they crew. Let me tell you right now what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a man of integrity, above the law, you affect destiny. We crush them, and they lies. This is conscious rap, we not hypnotized. Any where the action's at, we rapping that, taking it home and unpacking that.
Indeed. What's up? Peace and power, y'all. B1, Hotep, Ashe, however you do it. So I'm going to do a few different things on this one. Of course, one thing that we are going to continue to do is step on roaches like Taharka Bey. But also what I want to do on this one is I want to highlight a couple people who I feel deserve to be highlighted and celebrated. One of those people is Ricky Kelly, who is a filmmaker. He made a film a documentary that I watched. It's pretty dope. It's called Black Beach, White Beach. It's about the difference of how bikers are treated in this particular area in South Carolina. It's pretty dope, actually, and it's definitely for the culture. It's definitely needed. But he also pulled up on Taharka Bey. So I told you, I've been telling people to pull up, bombard him with so much that he cannot hide from the retribution that's coming towards him. And people have been doing that. And as a result, a lot of smoke came through. He was one of the ones that also pulled up. Of course, Taharka Bey had to take him off. I'm going to show you in case you don't remember. I also want to highlight a brother named AJ Frazier. Now, this is somebody who I know personally. He's a good brother. He was just interviewed by another comrade of mine by the name of OC the Great. And the reason why I want to show some of that interview is because I want you to see exactly the type of people who this cockroach named Taharka attacks. I want you to see what contributions to the community some of these people are actually doing to contribute to their communities, while sex offenders like Taharka Bey slander them. Also, what I want to say is this, because I know that a lot of people that watch this are intelligent people. And, I do have a network, Liberation Minded Media Network, which I started years ago. It still exists, but everyone's operating silos. But the point is this, because I want to be able to bring forth more things than just this Taharka Bey bullshit. Yes, we're going to expose this dude. We're going to step on his cockroach. We're going to continue to disturb his of slandering and his shenanigans. We're going to continue to do that. But for those who have platforms or those who have a voice and different topics that we could discuss, that is why you do see that Gmail address on the, scrolling on the bottom. And we can get together. I figure we can get together and we can kind of continue the brand of Black Austin Radio or Talk 100 Radio, Talk 100 Network. And, you could promote your brand, your platform, and we could discuss different topics that are relevant in our communities. We don't have to agree on everything. Everybody has a voice, something like that. So, just throwing that out there, you know what I'm saying? So those are some of the things we're going to do. So before we start, let me go ahead and show you who this Ricky Kelly person is real quick. Let me do a quick screen share. And we're going to watch part of an interview with him on Onslaught Multimedia, hosted by DSP, of course. But if you missed it, I want you guys to see something. This is actually the pull-up that Ricky Kelly did. Where's it at? Here we go. on Taharka Bey's channel. So, of course, this is a situation where Taharka Bey was saying that he's ready for the smoke. He wants all the smoke. He has some documents to show. He's ready for whatever. However, of course, that's all cap. He acts like he's transparent. But if you try to pull up with some real information that is contrary to what his narrative has been, he's going to do just this to you. And you're going to see this. First of all, let's check out this pull-up. These epic pull-ups people's been doing. Let me go ahead and put this to a bigger screen, though.
The devils are watching, so I can't give the devils I can't come out the huddle and tell the team what I'm doing. The other team, telling the devil what I'm doing. The devil said, and then once I did it, I got you. But no for sure. Look right here, niggas in LA, show your paperwork to the people. I say hit the link, come on, and show me what you got, and then we compare what we got. Let's go. Here's your chance. Come on, turn your camera on, niggas in LA. You come on right now, show me what you got, and I'm gonna show you what I got. Turn your camera on, show me what you got, and explain.
Now look at the name of this show is "Let Me Show You What I Discovered." Now I only watched about 20 minutes of this, maybe 30 minutes of this, so I don't know what he discovered, what he showed. I'm assuming nothing. But this whole show, people has been coming at him, asking him, "Hey, what's going on with this paperwork? Why do you have a Y by sex offender?" Show the people the paperwork. Oh, what's up with this? How you been beating these women? They're asking these questions that he says he's ready for, but this is his response.
Explain to me what you got. Come on, you ready? Niggas in LA, show me what you got. Hit the link. Come on, tough guy. You the tough guy. Come on, tough guy. Come on. I told you on it. What did I tell y'all on what I put out there today? What I tell out there? What's the preview?
It's hilarious.
Back
it's sad, but it's
whatever.
hilarious.
Back and ready for whatever. Ain't that what I say? Call in, bring the smoke. Back and ready for whatever. Don't come in the chat if you ain't ready to turn the camera on. Show me what you got. If you can't turn your camera on and show me what you got, then shut up. I said it. The People's Grand Sheik said, if you can't come in and turn your camera on, show me what you got, then shut up. How about that? Is that fair? Huh? Is that fair? Come in, turn your camera on, screen share, show me what you got, explain it to the people, and let's talk. Chump. Any of you chumps. That's right. I'm the People's Grand Sheik. This is how real men and women do it. We say, you come here. Come on here. Come on. Turn your camera on, screen share, show me what you got, explain it to the people, and then I explain what I got. If you can't do that, keep it moving. Come on, show me what you got. Hey, I'm going to take a kombucha break. 188 people in the chat. Please hit the thumbs up for these lames. I don't know you. I owe you nothing. Now show me what you got or be quiet. That's how the game going from now on. Positive. Now, man, we talking about. Come up here. Now show me what you got.
Beating 3 women half you to death.
Show me. Explain it to the people, and then I explain what I got. If you can't do that, keep it moving. Come on, show me what you got. Hey, I'm going to take a kombucha break. 188 people in the chat. Please hit the thumbs up for these lanes. Please hit the thumbs up for these lanes. It's a shame we got so many lanes. It's a shame we got so many lanes amongst our race. Hit the thumbs up for the lanes. I'm going to take a kombucha break. Show me what you got. Come on. Let's go, Ricky Kelly. What's up, my brother?
You're not my brother.
Okay, show me what you got, brother.
Let's see your paperwork.
I said, show me what you got. Don't talk to me.
No, don't do
Show me
that.
what you got.
Let's not do that.
Is you going to show me what you got? Yes or no?
I'm about to ask you to show your paperwork
I
for
said,
beating 3 women half you to death.
Show me what you got, or I'm going to kick you out. You got it?
See, that's not fair. What
Out of here. Next, show me what you got.
So, I mean, it's pretty clear he's not interested in really seeing what you got because he knows he has the paperwork for one. And he knows those who have the paperwork, he's never going to allow to come on the platform and show it because he doesn't have an explanation. Look, he has the paperwork. He pulled the paperwork. He did a whole video stream. He said he's doing the road to litigation. But there's no litigation. Because once he obtained those paperworks and realized that he couldn't say that they were forged or doctored or misunderstood, all of a sudden he's not talking nothing about that. Check out his last few videos. He wants to speak about Sunni Muslims, food shortages, Ukraine, 5 embarrassing facts about black, the spring equinox, his wife's birthday, trolling me a little bit with some threats. That's okay, whatever. Whatever. But he's not going to show that paperwork, but don't worry about it. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you what I got. And Taharka, I know you will see this. If you decide that you want to come on this stream and explain the paperwork to the people, and we can go face to face as if that really means something. And you can tell the people why you have things like this. Let me just do a full screen share at this point real quick, just to make sure that we got everything. I'm going to show you a couple things. This is the kind of paperwork that he doesn't want to explain, right? Start off with this right here. With this right here, right? This is him, District Court of Maryland. And right here, in case you can't see what it says, is registered / lifetime sex offender and the Y, which could only mean yes. See, this is the paperwork that he knows people are speaking about. But he wants to set the bar as if you have to come on there with that screen share. Now, look, he knows that most people who watch YouTube, they're not there as public figures. He's a public figure. He says that he's the people's grand sheik. That means he's a public figure, so he could be scrutinized the same way he has scrutinized people for 6 years now. He's a public figure. He made himself a public figure, so he's up to public scrutiny. See, the average person who watches YouTube, they don't have a channel that they're trying to monetize or trying to teach or trying to entertain with. They just want to watch. They're getting this information. So if they're getting information and putting their trust in someone, and then come to find out that this person has an egregious background, including being on this registered sex offender list at one point, they have a right because he's been soliciting donations. He has been soliciting the idea that you should go to his Moorish village and build and add on and join his community that he's building. So anyone who has any type of intelligence, of course, something like this would be a red flag. It would be a good reason for them to ask, hey, can you explain that paperwork? Especially since you said you were going to explain it. You said that it was doctored. You said that we don't know how to read or comprehend. I'm a college graduate, by the way, and I graduated with almost all A's. That's just real. I got proof of that. So as far as reading comprehension, yeah, I'm good with that. I can read well. I can write well. I can comprehend. I can retain. And I do know that this says registered / lifetime sex offender. And that is a Y. That's what people want to know. That's what people want to know. Like, what's that about? Let me show you something else people probably want to know. Let's go ahead and we're not gonna make this whole thing about this, but we have to go through this a little bit though, y'all. Let me see what we got here. No, not that. Let's go to this right here. This right here. This is something else people probably, it's fair for them to know. Now, digging up people's past and using it against them is not like my cup of tea. But, however, if anyone deserves this type of smoke, it is Taharka Bey. Because he acts like he's the moral standard that has the right to judge others. But look at this. This is from a protection order. Look what it says. The respondent has threatened me by saying that let me just get the screen closer to me. That he will hurt me if we aren't together. He's threatening chicks to hurt them if they're not with him. That's kind of like unlawful imprisonment. That is okay. And if I be with someone else, he has come in my home through my window because I wouldn't let him in the house. He tried to take my son from me by threatening to go to my mother's house. He verbally and mentally abuses my children and myself by cursing at me, threatening me, and shoving me in front of them, and by telling them he will hurt me if I get a new friend. He tells the children that he will hurt their mother if she moves on. Okay? I fear, I feel like he is a danger to all of us because he sneaks around my house and tried to kick in my door, and I know he has a criminal record. I'm just saying. It's fair for people to inquire about those kind of things. I would say that's fair. It's fair if people want to know who this person is, who every time there's somebody positive in our community, he finds something about them to discredit in front of the people. He doesn't discredit police who kill us. He doesn't discredit white supremacist, violent hate groups. He doesn't expose any of the things that go against us coming from external threats. He doesn't use his Moorish science and teachings of Noble Drew Ali to uplift people. He only uses it to excuse his dirty practices. He's not bringing forth anything vital and substantive for the growth and development of us as individuals, families, communities, or a nation. He doesn't speak about reparations, social justice, politics, health, economics, anything that could be a vital substance. He never even, he doesn't even ever like give props to any individual or organizations that are doing positive things that maybe if they had more support, they could expand and do even more positive things. He doesn't do that. According to him, everyone's a scammer. Everyone's bad except for him. You should quit organizations like the Nation of Islam, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, New Black Panther Party. You shouldn't listen to people like Inky who's telling you good things about health. You shouldn't do any of these things. You should just watch him on YouTube and give him donations, even though he's a whole sex offender, beater of women, abuser of children. And it would be different if he learned his lessons from the past and now have moved on to better things. But it's pretty clear that he hasn't done this because he still uses the same tactics. He still threatens. The research ninja, intimidation, subliminal threats, threatening to pull up, threatening me, telling me that he better hope that we never meet, trolling me from my Facebook and trying to take pictures to mimic a picture that I took, just little subliminal, little goofy little games as if he wants to smoke. We know he doesn't want to smoke. I'm not even going to entertain it. I'm not going to threaten. We're not going to do none of that back and forth shit. It is what it is. Me no worry about him. But I'm just saying that his character is still the same character of that piece of shit individual that was beating women and whatever he did to get put on the sex offense registry. Because keep in mind, if you're on a sex offense registry, that means you were convicted, not just accused. That means at one point he was convicted of a sexual crime, or he couldn't have been on the registry. Anyway, we're about to do. Okay, so now let's get to. First of all, let me show you this. This is the person that you just saw, the Ricky Kelly brother. This is a documentary that he made, Black Beach, White Beach. So racial tension reach a boiling point at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, when two motorcycle festivals, one primarily black, one predominantly white, coverage over Memorial Weekend in this historically segregated town. And this is a pretty good, a very good documentary. And this brother, he's about the business. He's pro us, this Ricky Kelly brother. Now, if Taharka was smart, he could have befriended this dude and probably helped with the media situation. And, this is even if you're not into biker shit, this is a good documentary. And I happen to have some friends that are in black biker gangs around where I live. And I asked them about this situation, about the Myrtle Beach, the festivals. And they said, yes, it's very relevant. They verified what this documentary said, but they said, yes, it's still a big thing. Blah, blah. Anyway. So I'm just saying, like, these are the type of people who he attacks, people who are actually producers in our community. It's who he attacks, yet he produces nothing. Now, let me get back to what I wanted to share. Now, let's go ahead and get to this. Hopefully, DSP ain't going to be mad, but I'm going to show you a little bit of something from his channel. Onslaught Multimedia 2, I believe is what this one's on. And we're just going to kind of just look at this a little bit, maybe break it down a little bit, or maybe, add my little 2 cents here and there. And then we're going to watch a little bit. I don't want it to be too long. I do have another interview. I do have an interview I have to do on my Crypt Talk podcast channel. So let me go ahead and get straight to this. Where are we at? I think it's this one. Let's go. And shout out to Ricky Kelly and the DSP.
Say what he got to say, because it was disgusting, the display that took place on his channel. Ricky Kelly, how you doing, brother?
Good morning, brother.
How are you, man? We appreciate you pulling up. I want you to say what
I appreciate you using your platform to step on this nigga neck. Because see what he's done and where it all started for me was like I guess a year ago when he first started on the GMJ Grandmaster J thing. I was like, you calling this brother Asian, but you're in the prison. You need paperwork to back that up. You can't just make up these wild accusations about people and disparages about people and not have the paperwork to prove it, right? So that's where it started. So I was on the show and we having this talk, and then when we left, I told him I crack his jaw. So, for a year, he blocked me and whatnot. So I'm watching it, and I just where I feel he's dangerous is a lot of people didn't like the NFAC, but the black militia movement is needed in our community, because when we have a situation where we need to show up and show out, we need people with guns just like they do.
Right.
It doesn't mean go shoot shit up. It just means to show them that we can bring the pain too.
Now listen to what he just said. Now keep in mind, a lot of these people who you see now commenting on our channels or pulling up on our channels, these are people who at one point were supporters, including this brother. At one point, he was a supporter of Taharka Bey. But anyone who can critically think and who has an intelligent mind, at some point, are going to see through the bullshit. Like, you can only bullshit for so long. So what was the eye-opener for him was the fact that he thought it was funny that why would you go against an organization that's built around protecting our people. Now, let's add a little bit of context to what he's speaking of and to this Grandmaster J in fact situation, no matter what you think about the organization or Grandmaster J. Let's put it in context. So I think it was the summer of protest. This is when George Floyd protest was going on. And around July, or a little bit before July, the KKK said on July 4th, on the 4th of July, they were going to start killing black people in Georgia at 8:00. He said they said at 8:00 on the 4th of July, we're going to start killing black people. That's what they said publicly. As a response, in fact, pulled up to the KKK headquarters, Stone Mountain, Georgia, 1,000 deep, suited, booted, and strapped up, and said, if you start killing at 8, we're starting to killing at 8:05. Now, that might sound a little bit harsh, but it is what the fuck it is. Would you rather not have people that would go to that length to protect our people? You don't have to agree with it. It can frighten you even, but you should be more afraid of having an organization like the KKK that's been around for over 100 years, terrorizing and killing our people, being able to run amok without any checks and balances. So they pulled up, in fact, pulled up 1,000 deep, just to let them know that it ain't going to be as easy as you think it's going to be. We ain't having that no more. And for some reason, Taharka got triggered and he went on a several-month-long campaign looking for dirt on, in fact, Grandmaster Jay. He basically pulled a counterintelligence Gay Edgar Hoover 1967 move. Looking for dirt. Now, if you don't agree with it, cool, just shut the fuck up. But at this point in time, we were at full protests going on all around the nation. And it was the perfect time to let violent white supremacists know, and nah, it's not going down like that. Those days are gone, buddy. Where you can just terrorize and we're just going to be afraid. No, we're not doing that no more. So obviously that was the line in the sand for brother Ricky Kelly, because he's feeling like I'm feeling.
If it's necessary.
Absolutely.
So I think he single-handedly, by bringing on clout-chasing people in that organization that wanted attention, and wanted to be, we have a situation in our community where we got too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Somebody's got to be a leader. Grandmaster Jay wasn't a perfect dude by any estimation,
right?
But he was able to coalesce and bring people together for this movement, right? So I was like, yo, respect this gangster. We need this in our community. But what he would do, he would bring the little backbiters in there, and they would start talking about relationships and who they fucking and all that. What's that got to do with protecting our people?
Right.
Who they sleeping with? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm thinking that Ricky Kelly must watch this show right here. He must watch this channel or tune in to Black Guy Radio or something. But nevertheless, he's on point with what he's saying. He looks like he's living good. Look like he's driving good. You know what I'm saying? Living good, house in the back, girl, like that good old Southern living. So shout out, salute to that. But for real, when you see one person say something like this, there's another 1,000 that think the same. So it's confirming to me to know I'm not the only one. Because I sat and watched this dude try to air out people who I know personally. See, like back in the days, people would be airing out Polite. I don't know Polite personally. I personally have never been scammed by him. I personally don't know no one who has. But I don't know him. So I don't know how much of what people are saying is true or if that's within his character. But when he started airing out people who I know personally, because I used to be in the new Black Panther Party, in case you haven't figured that out yet. Up until about a year or two ago, I was part of the new Black Panther Party under the leadership of Hashim Akhenaten Nzingan, rest in peace. And I didn't leave it because of any disgruntled. I never was in bad standing. I have nothing negative to say. It was just some personal things that happened. Lost a couple members in our chapter, blah, 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 and I just decided to go a different route. But never would I disrespect any Panther formation because I understand what it takes to put that work in with getting very little support and getting a lot of resistance. All across the board resistance. Coons resisting. People in local political governments resisting. I've had propaganda spread in a couple different cities, starting with the city councils in some cities out here. All kinds of distracted moves, all types of counterintelligence ops to work against what we were doing. And it's not that we didn't get any support, but not a lot. Not to mention the fact that pretty much what we had to do was coming out of pocket. So, you still have to work 10, 12 hours, whatever your work day is. You still have your family. You still have your personal things you want to do. But then you have to come out of the pocket to put together some of these programs for our communities. So when you have people like Taharka Bey discrediting, disrupting, discouraging people from joining and or supporting, it makes it that much more challenging. And when you're doing that to people who don't deserve it, it's a red flag.
Were bringing their girlfriends and their wives and just ex-girlfriends.
That's a counterintelligence tactic,
just
by the way.
So much dissension in the black militia community.
That's the same tactic that J. Edgar Hoover did against MLK, Malcolm X, and several others. That was like one of his go-to moves. Bring ex-wives in. Or give some false information to your mate to cause that dissension. And then maybe she'll flip. That's the kind of things that they do.
To us. He's not a leader at all. And then now let's get on to his cowardness of putting his hands on women.
Right.
In my estimation, a man like that, he said it was 20 years old. Listen, bro, I don't care. That's on you. You do that. That's who you are. And it wasn't 20 years ago. You've done this in the last 5 or 10 years. Who are you? And if you want the definition of an agent, he is that.
Yes.
He is
DSP, what's up, bro?
Community. He probably put it on him in prison. And how do you get away with 14, brutal assault on females? Don't do no serious time behind it. Because he might have the government. I don't like to make those type of, you're an agent, you type of thing. But he's very.
Man, I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this. And I like the way he put that because I also don't like to loosely throw that. I think people throw that word agent around a little bit too loosely just because they're mad at someone they want to discredit. Now, when I first called Taharka an agent, I wasn't even saying that he was getting paid by the government or working for a government authority. I was just saying that his actions were right in line with the goals of counterintelligence program because they are. They're right in line with it. So I was saying regardless if he gets paid or not, the effect is the same. It just so happens as more information came out, it made it even more likely that yes, it's even that much more likely that he is an actual agent, perhaps. Because of one thing, he hasn't done any real time for all the egregious things he's done. Like, I don't know where they allow black people to commit a crime that should get you 8 years in prison. They spend all the time. And then you get 3 more back-to-back cases, no time. Then you catch a dozen or 2 DV cases, no time, robberies, armed robberies, burglaries, breaking and entering, assaults, no time. But you go on a campaign against the movement of black people looking for justice and organizations that put in work in their communities. No receipts of your own, but you have smoke for everyone who puts their money, their blood, sweat, tears, and their life on the line to assist their people. Think about that. Because one day the story is going to be told by our grandkids and great grandkids. And all this stuff is recorded on the internet. And they're going to have to siphon through this bullshit to see who was really with us and who really wasn't. So we got to make sure that this record is crystal clear.
What I'm saying? He's doing a lot of agent stuff.
Right.
By dividing our community. And what he does is he brings people on his show. Like he had people on his team, this dude named, from California, King T and another dude, All the Smoke. Them was his boys. They was riding for him like that bag, that what's the dude, Sean, and
Sean,
guy that don't show his face, Kryptonomics. And he want to talk about people.
Hold on, look, I got to go into this too. Now, notice that the people who support this dude are all suspect. You got this brother named, I shouldn't even call him a brother, but he is a brother by the name of Charles, who I think is the head of the Freedom Fighters organization, which is a, Johnny come lately pop up out of nowhere organization. He has sex crimes against him. Yeah. He befriended Jeremiah Judah, also a known woman beater. According to the consensus of social media. CC, Very suspect background. Cryptonomics. Someone who used to bang with Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Now fucking with Taharka Bey? That makes no sense.
Face, his main man never comes on his platform and shows his face. But all he does is throw money at him and give him information. You know, that's the government. You know, in my estimation.
Exactly.
But my problem is, I think when he comes out into this world, when he sticks that head out with that van that people bought him, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get touched. He just by the time he started Mario in Brooklyn, he gonna get slapped. He gonna get it because he done disrespected me. And yo, I'm not that dude, and I don't think he realizes that. And I don't want to get all gangster and all that, but I'm a man, and when I don't respect you as a man, then I got an issue with you. You know what I'm saying? And when you done, and that little chitlin comment and all that, he got that. I'm a filmmaker, okay? I'm an award-winning documentary filmmaker. And he got that chitlin thing because I wrote a film for my wife called Chitlins. That's where that came from. He knows who I am. He knows you know what I'm saying? He know he not dealing with some clown in this. But see, I don't want to like, oh yeah, I'm all this and I'm all that. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular dude that cares about our people. You know what I'm saying? I do things for our people. That guy is a problem. And we as a collective have to shut him down.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know? And that's just, I feel really passionate about this and strongly about any of them disrespecting me. So it's on. When he comes out,
he's
gonna pop his head up, but he's not gonna pop his head up.
I was gonna say, I don't think he'll come out, man.
Absolutely not. He's not.
Every time something comes.
He's not. Now, before I transition to the next one, only because I want to save time, I do got an interview I got to do for my other channel with a good brother named Spencer's Crypto Vibe. Spencer of Spencer's Crypto Vibe. We're gonna be chopping it up about some news with the crypto and all that good stuff. But I do want to show you once again. I just want to show you his documentary. I've watched it. It's dope. Hopefully he comes out with more. But let's go ahead and get to it real quick, y'all. It's Netter Cat, of course. Jay Dizzo. Smoke is being served. So I just want to show you one more again. Maybe I'll just do a whole entire screen, man. Let's just do it like that. Save some time. Let's do it like that. So this is the documentary. It's called Black Beach, White Beach. You can get it at Amazon. It is dope. I've watched it. It's good. You know, and it's necessary. And there's a lot of black bikers clubs out there. I know people that's involved in them. And you know, and I even asked them about this situation after I watched this documentary. And they were like, yeah, that's real. It's real. Like, blah, 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 blah. So bottom line is that dude is a producer. Ricky Kelly is a producer. He produces things. He cares about the people. He's seeing things the same way a lot of us are starting to see it now. So continue to pull up on this dude's channel. I know he's trying to talk about everything except for, like, look what this dude's talking about. He's talking about everything except what he said he's going to talk about. I mean, it's good that he's not trying to, you know, take all of his time to air out different things. So that's cool. We got him there. We stopped him from that. But he's still a cockroach and needs to be exposed. And I just want to show you the effect, how effective we have been. This is how effective we've been. So those of y'all that's been tuning in, you know what I'm saying, getting this information, here's how effective we have been. This is how effective we've been. He's talking about Sunni Muslims. He's trying to get back in the graces of revolutionaries by using another person who I know, King Samir Shabazz. I don't know Rakim Bolo Goon, but he wants to talk about Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? He wants to talk about, let's see, land, embarrassing facts, food shortages, Ukraine. What he's not doing is what he said he was going to do, which is bring forth, on this video here, he said he's going to bring the information. He has it. He's not talking about none of that shit. He's done. So now let's go ahead and transition. I want to go ahead and show you a little bit of this interview of a good brother, AJ Frazier, who's another person who produces in our community. He has an exceptional organization called PANSOC. They do rescues. They rescue people. Hurricane Harvey. I remember this because he was part of the same formation as me at the time. Hurricane Harvey. I remember it because while he was doing his rescues, me and the Liberation Minded Media, we were doing a 24-hour, what was it? It was like a donation-a-thon, where like, you know, we all the different platforms within our which included MBK, Do the Knowledge Radio, the Rundown with Renee, Black Guy Stand Radio. Actually, I think I gave my slot to someone else because I had some things I had to do in the community. Shabaka's Black Experience, blah, blah. We were all doing a big telethon type of situation where we were raising money, and we gave it to a local grassroots organization in Houston. We raised a couple G's. It's not a lot, but it's all we were able to do because we don't have the biggest platforms, but we raised a few G's and we gave it to a black owned organization, grassroots organization, to help with the relief efforts. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just something that we're doing. So now go ahead and let me show you. This is a pretty dope little video I'm going to share before we get into the interview, though. But this is AJ and his organization, PANSOC.
I've been changed. I've been changed. You know the angels in heaven shine my name. Well, you don't believe that I've been redeemed. You know the angels in heaven shine my name. Well, follow me down to that.
That's Hurricane Harvey right there.
You know the angels in.
Now, I remember this because I remember, like I said, we did that telethon raising money. But also I remember because Donald Trump actually tweeted this out, not knowing that he was actually giving props to the new Black Panther Party and the Cajun Navy. But I mean, look, brother's jumping out of planes, using his military expertise to rescue people, has over 100 chapters set up to rescue, including DV rescues and sexual traffic rescues. This is who Taharka Bey wants to attack, though.
As Hurricane Florence made landfall, they perform water rescue. A symbiotic relationship with the United Goal, helping people through what may be the worst time in their lives.
Going straight here, we got
don't care how you feel. What you're not going to do is convince me that we don't need this type of situation from our people. You're not going to tell me that we could only use military expertise to go overseas to rescue and kill people that we don't know, but not to protect our own communities and our own people. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. We're talking about people willing to risk their lives and use their training to help our people. And somehow, Taharka Bey has a problem with that. He is anti-us. He's against us. Look at that. 200 water rescues. Come on, man. This is a good brother. That's him right there. I mean, look, man. We got to draw the line somewhere with what we accept in our community and what we don't accept. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm trying to turn this down a little bit. We got to set the bar of what we are going to accept, what we're not going to accept in our community. You would never see, this is PANSOC, Border Rescue. Make sure y'all support that. But the point is this, you would never see Jewish people undermining other Jewish people in their efforts to help their community. You'd never see Chinese people doing that. You don't even see white people doing that. Except for in the political realm where that's supposed to go. But in our community, we do have a sickness in which... You already know what it is. We have people that need to be stamped out of our community. We have people that need to be ostracized from our community. Maybe, anyway. Let's go. Let's continue. Let's see here. Now I'm going to go into this little interview for a minute. I know we're coming up on the hour mark in about 10 minutes, but I do want you to see some of this interview with AJ. This was on OC the Great TV. So hopefully I get permission to use this. Let's go ahead and do it. This is called A Conversation with AJ Fraser on OC the Great TV.
Actually had to, do under PANSOC.
Yeah, so kind of getting back to what you first asked, I personally learned how to rescue in the Marine Corps Infantry. We were a helo company, so we did do some stuff behind the lines, but the majority of stuff we did obviously was frontline combat and training. When I joined the movement under Crystal Muhammad in 2016, I learned a lot, but I also felt there was really a void in the movement overall.
Peace and love, Faith.
I've been doing rescue for a long time, and I felt like there was there was a lot of relief, but not a whole lot of rescue coming on. So while I was under there, we started doing hurricane rescues at first with my boat. We started with Hurricane Harvey, and I've done a bunch. To be honest with you, since 2016, I don't know if there's anybody who's been on as many hurricane rescues as I have, because most people who do hurricane rescue only do it when it comes to their city or their area. Whereas with us, PANSOC, we travel all over the south, on the southeast, and everywhere where hurricanes will hit. We've hit up most of the hurricanes that have hit the U.S. since 2016, with the exception of ones that we knew, wouldn't be what we call super soakers. We have ways we could make pretty good estimates about whether it's going to be a lot of water. Our main focus is water rescue by boat when we're doing the hurricane rescues. And of course, other things we work on is sex trafficking rescue.
Yeah, he said sex trafficking rescue. Maybe that's why Taharka Bey has such a problem with my brother AJ. I don't know. I mean, but it would seem to me this is the type of brother we need in our community. I mean, the brother will jump out of planes, get in boats to rescue people in hurricanes. Taharka Bey sits at home behind a screen acting like he wants smoke. But he really only wants smoke if he could beat up women. But he undermines brothers like this. You fucking kidding me?
We, with sex trafficking rescue, I don't normally wear a body cam because you don't know what can happen when you're doing stuff like that. You don't always want everything on video. We did take a picture one time, and that's what you saw at the end of the video of a sex trafficking rescue we did of a 15-year-old, and her and the family thanked us for that. And that, of course, was spearheaded by Sisters of the Underground, led by Commander Lucetti Shakur. And I want to give them and there's also Cassandra Cousins. There's a bunch of them, but I really want to give them a shout out because, without them, a lot of stuff we do cannot get done. A lot of calls we get come from the Sisters on the Ground. They rescue a lot of people. They also have their own melanin alert as well. It's kind of like an Amber Alert created by them, for kids who are kidnapped. And we've done, I couldn't tell you how many rescue missions. We have, I believe, 136 chapters, and we have several overseas now as well. So I couldn't even tell you how many rescues we've done because most of the time when our guys are doing rescues, they don't even contact me unless they need advice or some type of support. But the reason I bring that up, it's very important when you're a rescue unit to have a lot of chapters because the reason a lot of people like to call on us is our people are everywhere. Now we're not everywhere outside the U.S. yet. We only have, maybe 4 or 5 chapters outside the U.S. so far in Africa.
Only 4. He's a very humble brother. I'm just saying like this though. Just think about what he's saying. 136 chapters for search and rescue. Everything from natural disaster rescue, DV rescue, sex trafficking rescue. Tell me we don't need these kind of things in our community. Who would go against something like this? Who doesn't see value in something like this? And then thumb through Taharka Bey's videos the last 6 years, and he has been disrespecting groups just like this, individuals just like this. Yes, there are some people who need to be aired out. There are some people that are bringing harm to our community that need to be aired out, but unfortunately for him, he is one of them.
We're working on it, but inside the U.S., having I think 130 something chapters inside the U.S., even if we don't have a chapter in that city or that state, we have a chapter close enough where we could generally help out or at least get intel. When and
listen, this is why I say often that if Taharka Bey was really into doing things in the community, it would almost be impossible to slander other organizations because you'd understand how difficult and challenging it is. You'd understand that even people who don't like each other have to have some type of respect because we have to work together when we're trying to remedy some of the ills of our communities. You got to put some of that ego to the side. I might know dude over there, he's a straight asshole. I don't like him. He's an asshole. That sister over there, she's a bitch. I don't like her. But they're doing something that's needed in the community. We got to put that personal shit to the side to get this shit done because sometimes it takes a multi-organizational collaboration to get certain things done. That's what it is. So there's a love you have for people, even if you don't necessarily like them as individuals. It's a love and a respect that you have to have because it ain't easy to do this work for our community. But in a lot of cases, it's our own community that has the most resistance or the least amount of support.
Some type of issue, whether it's security, whether it's domestic violence rescue, sex trafficking rescue, all types of things. So, and of course, when you're doing rescues, a lot of folks don't know it's a team effort a lot of times. So
right.
The rescue might not all be done with one unit, like with a 15-year-old girl we had rescued recently that we did post about
I have a 15-year-old
that was
daughter.
done in collaboration with us.
I can't help but respect this.
And others, and our job was basically to go in, with the rifle, surround the place, and basically put the fear of God in them, and let them know, if we don't get the girl back, this is what's going to happen, and it worked, as well as along with Sister Young on the phone. No,
I don't want to brag or try to toot my own horn, but I mean, I understand, you know what I'm saying? Because I've had to be part of situations where we had to pull people out of their homes, pull men out of their homes because they were abusing their wife and kids. That's not an easy thing to do. It's a dangerous thing to do. It's a heartbreaking thing to do. But if we can't do these kind of things, it can go a lot worse. We can't depend on the police. Charlene Lyles was killed by the police when she was calling because somebody breaking into her home. They came there and ended up killing her. This was right here in Seattle. So yeah, we need to have different organizations that can come to our aid, that we could depend on. And we have to support these type of organizations. We have to defend these type of organizations, even if the defense is only defending them from the slandering of house Negro coons, cockroaches like Taharka Bey. Because he's a sex offender. But he's attacking people who actually do rescues of people who are being sex trafficked. Think about that. Think about that.
The kidnappers directly, making sure the family got home. So, it's all different types of rescue. The reason why we're jumping out of planes, right now, where if folks are kidnapped inside the U.S., we can help them. But we want to be able to get, let's say someone's kidnapped inside the U.S. and sent to another country, Saudi Arabia. Well, we want to be able to get to them and help them out. And that's why we're jumping out of planes. The reason why special operations units in the military all have to go to jump school is because that's how you get behind enemy lines. Usually you might occasionally have to scuba dive somewhere, but we do a little bit of that too. But it's mainly, jumping out of planes to get behind enemy lines. Do what you have to do, and then get a helo.
Man, salute this brother, man.
Back out, or
salute this brother right now.
Sometimes you can get in other ways, but usually that's how you get in. So we want to be able to basically, our overall goal with PANSOC, and a big.
Make sure you check out this whole interview on OC the Great's channel.
Going on in Libya. A lot of folks talk about transatlantic slave trade.
OC the Great TV.
They don't talk about
the fact subscribe to that.
That the North African slave trade has been going on about 3 times longer than the transatlantic slave trade went on. It's been going on since 600 AD, and it's still going on today, and nobody's really doing nothing about it. So at the end of 2017, when all those videos broke about what was going on in Libya, which was sparked after Gaddafi's assassination, we kind of elevated our focus to not just focusing on.
Right, so I'm about to end this. I really don't want to go over an hour. Let me go ahead and
trying to become an overall.
That. Bam. Hold up. Anyway, I'm gonna end this, y'all. I just wanted to give a little props to AJ, OC the Great, DSP of Onslaught Multimedia, Ricky Kelly, all of y'all who have been tuning in, who have been pulling up, who have been showing collectively that we are not going to accept certain people in our community as representatives for us or slanderers of people who do good work. We're not going to accept it. And we have a voice. And like I said, for those who have platforms, if you want to pull up and, we want to chop it up about things that's important in our community, or you want to, promote what you're doing, there's the address right there. Talk 100 network at Gmail. You can promote your brand, promote your platform. We can have discussions. I know there's a lot of intelligent people that watch this, and I know that this is a powerful audience. As small as it may be, I know it's powerful because the pressure that we've been able to put on this cockroach. So anyway, that's it, y'all. Peace, love, B1, Hotep, Ashe, Salam Alaikum, however you want to do it. I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all.